Yo, back at it again. Check it out. Real quick video. Always this whole Pooh Shiesty case. Thing that's going on with that. I'm just gonna say this. This should be a lesson to all these youth out here that think it's cool being in the streets. You know, not just rappers, but also for like everyday youth that's out here running around these stupid shiesty masks on and everything else. This goes to show that ain't no real, the street game is dead, and this is also a it's two lessons involved in this whole thing. Basically, when it comes down to music, the music business is music business, corporate is corporate. Keep it at that. You can't apply street rules to corporate measures. It just never ends up well. I think how Pooh Shiesty went about it was completely wrong. Just like a lot of the youth these days, they go about things so totally wrong. Instead of them just doing things legally the right way, they resort to violence. You can't just, it's been going on forever since the days of Suge Knight, Ice Cube. Let's be for real, this been going on for a long time. But the problem is it always end up going wrong because in the long run it messes up the bag overall. A lot of times it's better off just trying to, if you're a rapper, just stick to being a rapper. But you can't just intertwine apply street rules to something that's corporate and it wasn't designed to be street, Granted, the street may have made his way in the industry over the years. Let's be for real. But at the same time, it always ends up miserable. Pooh Shiesty is just another case of basically when keeping it real goes all the way wrong, and the streets are just basically over. And then to hear that his father on top of that was a rat, he was a informant. That's nothing new. You know what I mean? This type of stuff's been going on forever. I think his father on top of that, the man, he made a very poor decision. He should have known better. He should have known better. At the end of the day, when you get of age, of knowledge, you should have some wisdom. And his father basically was off his whole square. And that's the problem. He should have known better. But some people are just fools regardless how old they are. You're a fool. If he knew better, he'd do better. But I'm not surprised that both of them fell into this trap. And as far as Gucci Mane is concerned, Gucci Mane, actuality, he made a civilian call. Gucci Mane was not snitching, ratting, none of that. He made a civilian call. The difference there, At the end of the day, a lot of the people that comment on this stuff, they never been in the street. They don't know how it really goes. So and granted, Gucci Mane could have probably got him up out of here too for that. Who knows? Let's see what happens with that. But that's a whole nother topic for another time. But overall, it just goes to show you can't apply streets to corporate. Never mixes well. End of the day, you gotta lawyer up. A lot of times, and let this lesson be for the youth. Even for cats, that's older, that's still in the street. My age, it's 40s and up. I'm still thinking it's cool. Just know that the streets is really over. All that stuff, think you're gonna run up on people and try to really get them. There's cameras everywhere. It's, people. And then I'm hearing in this case, there was even a white dude that was in there. I don't know if he was like a beat, making beats or something like that. I forgot exactly, but you already know that this kid, Pooh Shiesty, and his pops and his whole entourage that was down with him, they're gonna go down miserably. Football numbers off the rip. What is he doing up in there having just firearm? If you're on probation or whatever, I think he was on probation or parole too. But if you out either or on those type of stipulations off the rip, holding a firearm, you doing at least 15 off automatic. And that's, and most likely with the kidnapping charge, everything he's gonna do, they're gonna at least hit him at least from 20 joints, 20 to 30 joints. It's not gonna look well. So basically, his music career is over, and this goes to show that, end of the day, the streets don't love anybody. When it comes down to the music industry, at the end of the day, things may happen, but I don't mean you gotta apply street rules to it. And there should be a lesson to the youth also, not just on a music level, but also on a real level. Ain't no honor in the streets overall. The streets don't love anybody. End of the day, it's been over. That's just the bottom line. Pooh Shiesty is just another case. Me personally, I've done seen cats, even when I was going through it, shelter days, homeless and all. And I'll probably talk about that one of these days. I might do some stories on some things I done seen and everything over the years. But I done seen cats come in and out, even older cats, some elders, OGs, they done, as soon as they touch shelter, within during the week they're already getting into something. They're going right back in. They're going back to the island, the Rikers, the Bing, call it, or wherever. They're getting locked back up automatically. And I've seen that plenty of times. Shelters out there and stuff like that. I'll probably talk about that one of these days. Some stories, do some stories or something about experiences, stuff in the street, shelter life, and everything else. But let this whole Pooh Shiesty thing be known that that there's no honor in the street. You can't apply street rules to corporate America. Just overall, the streets is done with. Better off just trying to just do something right. You feel like you're being cheated out of whatever contract if you decide to be in the music industry or whatever, just lawyer up. And I think at this point, people like Pooh Shiesty as well as others, they need to go. They need to go. That's the bottom line. They got to sit down. They got to get sat down, and that's just the bottom line. At the end of the day, a lot of these youth, and they look up to this type of stuff. Not realizing his favorite rapper, he blew his whole career. So a lot of youth, hopefully, they listen and see this is a prime example, and the feds are not playing. So a lot of y'all cats is running around with these safety masks on and stuff. Just know that there's always cops, there's always feds watching. You can't be in the street. The streets is over. It's just might as well just go legal. Nothing wrong. Going to school, get a job, whatever. Leveling up somehow, get your education on. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me know what y'all think about this whole story, this whole Pooh Shiesty case. I think it's nothing new. This is just the thing is that surprisingly is that I don't think ever in the history of hip hop ever, or should I say just rap music, because I don't really consider this hip hop like that, but rap music, drill, whatever. But I think it's the first case I've seen in a long time where Cash actually literally was out doing their thing and he just went right back in. And that's just sad, and it's it's not gonna stop, unfortunately, but hopefully that story, this Pooh Shiesty case, touches a lot of youth and to have them change their ways and do better. But let me know what y'all think about this whole case. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe, share 82 Brooklyn 7. Like, subscribe, share 82 Brooklyn 7 on YouTube. Let me know what y'all think about this. Get the numbers up, hype up this video. So hopefully it'll reach some people, some youth. On that note, I'm Audi 5. Peace.